Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Oh yeah, always a good stream here. If you want to check out yesterday's live feed there, Bruce. Kind of slowly went from just speaking to literally channeling the highest part of myself that I could, bringing in messages straight from source. I don't know why I'm still using the microphone. I have this thing. It's supposed to pick everything up, but habit. Oh, I know why. Because I was doing something a minute ago. Oh, and hello, everybody. We are the Conscious Evolution, and welcome to the Church of Love, where I basically just converse with all of you and do things that's entertaining. Or at least to me, they're entertaining. Yeah, anybody didn't see yesterday's live feed, man, go ahead and check it out and see what you think. I've redid my little grounding wires thing, turned it into a little mat thing. Now, right now, it's using this wire right here. That was the cable wire. It's not using the copper that's inside of it. You know, I got it hooked up to these terminals here, so that way I can just step on this whole entire thing. I thought of stripping the copper wire out and using it, but I was like, no, that wire that goes around there is actually a shielding wire, so we'll give that a shot. Hey, what's up, Kibo? I just seen you a minute ago. And that was like perfect timing. She was ending as I was getting ready to go on here. Yeah, man. I got me some good rest. Seems to be quite a bit changing really fast. I feel like I'm truly fully integrating between my soul and the personality that, well, I guess we call Dana. Or, Dude Man, I am your host, Dude Man. Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I was going to say that one day, you know. Say, welcome to the Church of Love, and I am your host, Dude Man. Sorry, I don't mean to keep pointing at everybody like that. Hey, what's up, Oyster Jam? Yeah, just passing through. We'll go right ahead. I figured at noon, I might catch a few people that I usually don't, you know, maybe some people on lunch break or whatever. Might stop in, say hi, come in to get some free love and hugs. You want a hug? Hugs for everybody. I would try and hug that camera, but, you know, it's sitting on a stool, fall over, blah, blah, bliggity, blah. Y'all know I send it. That's interesting. Knew a Dana in Canada that looks similar to me. Interesting. There's another Dana in Ohio with the exact. Actually, there's a couple that come find out. Me and my dad share the same name. So I'm the second. But the weirdest thing was I was in this little small county in southern Ohio called Gallia County. And even though I was the guy, you go to my house, you drank, you know, you stayed there. There was no drinking and driving. Later in life, for some reason, I ended up doing it. So long story short, I went to pay my fines one day at this little courthouse in this little county. And by damn, when they run my name, they had to make sure that they had the right one. I'm pretty sure that the middle initial was the same or the middle name or something. It really tripped me out because I'm like, how is that possible? You know? It's hard enough finding, you know, guys in a lot of areas with the name Dana, but throwing in Dana, Eugene, and the last name, it's like, that's odd. Free air hugs. Now you might put them into the air, but they sure come out with the wouldn't feel the energy. So thank you. Sent by Q, just saying P. Not sure what that means. just figured out I ain't got a whole lot to say. Just want to check in, make sure everybody's all right, you know. Well, when I see Q, that's what I usually think is the QAnon thing, but I wasn't sure what the P thing was. I like to say I'm sent by the one, or was at least volunteered. Me and a whole bunch of us, we volunteered, go to Earth, help out there. Kind of an interesting journey, especially when you start to remember these things and know it's true. It's like, whoa, really wild. Well, Mickey Dog says hello to you too. He's in there laying down in the hallway next to where the door is. You know, dogs are laid by doors. Even when they don't want to go out the door, I don't know. I think it's just like a natural thing, like they're guarding the door. But yeah, he's in there hanging out. Woke up this morning, looked at him, and he laid all night in the same spot with this little, got a little flat pillow that I give him. He had his little head on the pillow and laid there all night. You know, I woke up this morning, I had them grounding wires on me. I just reached over and put my hand on him and laid there for a while. You know, need to make something for him to lay on. So after I got up, I actually took the wires and slid them under his belly and let him lay like that for a little while. Dog definitely needs grounded. They ain't been living this kind of lifestyle as long as we have, so. Oh, I just see something. Hold on a second. I gotta give something water. House plant. Yeah. Not even messing with the cup, as you can see. I'm just drinking straight out the jug. I'm the only one here, so I can do that. Let's see. I got scared the other day. Some guys talked about white Dracos spreading wings. I wasn't sure I would come back. But you are too hyped, so I am here. Yeah, man. Don't get into any of this fear stuff. It's all crap. You want to talk about wings? Look back at my my yesterday's thing. It's been going on for a while with me, feeling this whole wing spread thing. But this is something that's in a very good way. It's some kind of angelic knowledge, presence, energy, or something that's been given to a lot of people that come here and do this work. Come to find out, we're talking to a lot of people. And it's funny because when I'm really in spirit, I can actually feel like I have big wings like an angel. But they do weird things like the ends of the feathers, you know, like somebody wiggling their toes or something, you know, do something like that. And that's when I smile and laugh because I'm like, there's nothing created higher than source creation. Tapping where you come from, source creation, God, however you like to put that, there's nothing that can harm you. I've had people straight up get a hold of me first thing on Messenger. I could see them in the skies through my third eye, the Dracos and blah, blah, blah. It's all fear programming. You know, you create your reality. Tell it don't exist in your reality. You know, I've had different things happen to me, but the thing that I learned is if I thought I was being attacked, and I really felt like I was being attacked, but when I said that I have control of all of this through the one, through what I'm created from, shit started to go away really fast. I started giggling more. I realized that my higher self was constantly stepping in and going, really? You know better than that. Before you know it, you're just walking around with a huge smile, talking from that 0 point, from my higher self, from that deepest part. And in doing so, there's no fear, because that higher part of your soul knows everything outside of here. And outside of here, there is no fear. I know I keep rhyming the same words over and over, but whatever. Truth is truth, You start remembering who you are, what you are, or why you're here. You realize that all this crap down here couldn't scare you if it tried. There is no death. It's just cycles. You go on to something else. Like I said, a giant asteroid came today, was circling the earth. They said, you got 3 hours before we're all dead. I'm going to roll me a big fat joint. I'm going to go sit up on a mountaintop, a big hill, in the top of a tree, something. Well, probably not the top of a tree. You take the dog with me. Smoke my joint and wait for him to send me back to wherever I came from. Hey, how you doing, Blue Bottle? Good morning to you. Good morning to you. I'm going into my announcer voice again. I made a video to send somebody, a friend, somewhere I'm thinking of moving to. So it's pretty much like a video I made for her family, get to know you better, that kind of thing. And it was funny because I started out the video in my announcer voice. Like I was getting ready to sell something. Today for only $19.95. While supplies last. Oh, man. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2. Hey, we got a few people here. Oh, according to this, we got 5 people here. Awesome. Like I should have some kind of music or something on in the background. The only thing I got up here is my singing list. Anybody want to hear Jukebox Hero from Foreigner? That was the last song I had on here. Probably should turn on some, like the bird stuff. I had some bird background stuff on earlier. Probably don't want to go into me karaoke right now. Did that yesterday. Didn't have none of these mics set. Did not care. It sounded like I was yelling. But that's okay. I turned it into a message. So all is well. If I really, really wanted to do this stuff, I could practice it. I could go over there and get on my computer and send it out, and it would sound more professional. But I'm not trying to do professional music here. I'm just entertaining myself and you guys all in the same time. Let's see. Let me go back to the screen. All righty. Hey, got another. Oh, 2 more show up. All right. Cool. We got My Skies and Susan. Let's see. Yeah, I got another good morning. Keeps tripping me out when people say good morning. So I'm like, new here. Different times and different places. Become non-being. Oh, yeah. For you, it's like 2 a.m. That's like, I talked to my friend in Australia last night, Marianne, and she turned around and I said something to her about what time it was. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was that late. So it's like 12:30. And I was like, no, that's cool. I said, I said, I'm all settled down now because earlier I was all hyper. So I said, it's probably good to talk to me about right now. So yeah, 2 in the morning. That's pretty late, man. I like to be in bed, if I can, by midnight. I did some reading on stuff about between 2 and 4, getting the right chemical releases within your body to keep your circadian rhythms correct. And I found out that I do better when, do like sleep at night, get up during the day, especially wintertime because the days get so short. I want to wake up as soon as the sun comes up. I don't care what time it is. I want to see it for the full length that I can. And here last winter, we literally had, what was it they said, like 70% clouds. Oh God. And then the whole mask live BS hit. Yes, YouTube. I said it's all a lie. I don't care. All the crap's being spread. COVID. Anyways, on to other things. So, to all those saying good morning to me, you having a good morning? Well, it looks like it. From all the emojis, looks like a lot of happiness here. Got happiness, strength, hope, sunshine. Man, hearts everywhere. Music. I don't know where y'all get these. I don't have a list for emojis. Like, they got this little thing they put for chat. I ain't got half the stuff y'all do. I don't go to the emoji stores and all that stuff. I have imported from Facebook, like go to Facebook and start a post and put a whole bunch of emojis, copy it, get rid of the post, then come back to YouTube and put them, but sometimes they don't match up, you know. Sometimes they'll just come as a little square box or something with a symbol in it. Hold on a second. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. A lot of people feeling these big changes are about to come, and we're not just talking the 3D realm, crap that's going on within the governments and the media and all that, but literally, like, metaphysically speaking. But man, I know some people are actually starting to feel a big, major shift before the next equinox even hits, which would be approximately the 22nd of September. I do believe this. I've talked to other people. The Sparks now have trails. The Sparks are starting to have trails. Seeing other stuff throughout yesterday and last night. I think it's leaking over from the other dimensions that we're opening up. And I was literally talking to somebody, a couple of people out there at the dog and stuff. And I'm like, trying to do that because I see this. It's nothing describable. It just looks like basically like a little black line, It looks to me like just basically that, a leak over from another dimension. But every so often when I see it, you could say it's through the third eye, but it's so much so that it's not really look like it's looking through the third eye. It's like really here in this physical dimension. I watch my TV do not the butterfly effect like me time thing, but the movie, the butterfly effect where everything shook and stuff that went into another dimension, basically. I've seen that stuff for some years, and the other day I watched the whole edge of my TV start doing it, and I stayed with that kind of focus, towards the third eye, away from normal vision, just to let everything do that and see what happens. Because I have this weird suspicion that one day I might just be sitting here, and all of a sudden, boop, and all of a sudden everything blinks out, and it's like somebody changed the channel, and I look around and go, yeah, I'm not in the same place anymore. Whatever that means, I don't know. I just keep getting that feel. Hey, if I put down this microphone, tell me if y'all can hear me, because this thing's shocking the piss out of me, and it's creating extra echo in here. All right. Can y'all hear me proper? You should be able to. I was doing this without a microphone the other day. It's just where I got this whole grounding thing set up, my feet on it. This mic is not grounded properly. As you can see, it's all beat up. It's because the system I got it running through, it's not completely grounded. But I'm plugged in. See? Plugged into my little homemade Mac. Cool. I don't know why I always feel like I gotta yell at this thing, but the fan's going, so if you do hear a little weird noise, that's what it is. Got a fan in the window, which is awesome. I got one almost new air conditioner in there and one that was just brand new, put in not even a few weeks ago. But the weather shifted enough to where I can open up the windows, fresh air, which was awesome because the hallway smelled like a jar of farts the other day. And I always say a jar of farts because my daughter used to listen to this song called Jar of Hearts, and I used to mess with her. She hated when I say it too. I'm like, oh, there's that song, Jar of Farts again. Dad, it's not Jar of Farts, it's Jar of Hearts. But literally, man, I don't know what happened out there. It was like somebody had a movement in the hallway. Actually, what I was thinking to myself was, it reminded me of like some kid came in there with a can of fart spray. Literally, that gag stuff and sprayed it in the hallway. And then somebody else went in there with like, I don't know, air freshener of some sort and tried to cover it up. So it was like flowered farts. It was terrible. And the hallway's hot to begin with, you know, and having COPD, it makes it kind of hard to breathe. And then, I don't know, man. I just moved quick down the hallway, but on the way back, it was so overpowering. I had to do that thing, you know. I actually had to mask myself. I don't normally mask myself, but if you put a smell like that, I will. The t-shirt won't help a whole lot, but it'll help a little bit, you know. I don't want floating particles from fart smell getting in my mouth anyways. All right, enough of that. That's just nasty. On to better things. Yeah, if anybody's, I don't know, sometimes people say don't get notifications, but it depends if you hit the bell for all or what. So if you're one of the people that does get my notifications and you've been getting a crap load of them the last couple days, not meaning to ding bells all over the place, but just talking to people, feeling different things going on. I felt more of the need to go and do things on here to help inspire, uplift everybody, including myself. And it's working. I know it helps you all, but it's definitely working for me. You know, it's like I said, I feel that totally integrated thing again, you know, where it's like eyes wide open. Eyes wide open, why? Well, it's like it's being seen from my soul now and not my human notion of what I'm seeing through these eyes. And the soul kind of giggles at a lot of stuff. And it doesn't get upset at things. People pick their way. I mean, sure, I don't like seeing everybody with masks and stuff, but like I've said before, we got a fence. On one side, people pick that. On the other side, we pick this. There's people walking the fence. Some of them want to come to our side. Those are the ones I'm speaking to. The other people, whatever makes them happy. Literally, if you want to live in mud, live in mud. Whether that be an analogy or you actually want to live in mud. It's for me to decide. None of this. It's your journey. That's how we learn and grow is through our journeys. So whatever's going on the other side of the fence, go ahead. Like I said, I have this distinct feeling that our side of the fence might not really be that viewable to them here soon. Again, whatever that means. Yeah, jar of farts. I got my own kind of weird way with things. I've always been, and it, you know, like everybody, it started out before the Weird Al Yankovic thing, but then, of course, ramped up after that when you're like, hey, man, he's doing what we do to songs. And he's making really good stuff and getting paid for it. You know, so I've always been one of the people that's replacing words to songs, which is great, though, because nowadays it ain't just funny stuff or, you know, whatever kind of stuff. I'm finding great music with terrible words. They're like people condemning themselves and, you know, saying they need somebody in their life. Well, I just changed the words around. But all the words that I'm changing them to now have to deal with ascension, love, growth, beautiful things. And they're coming out naturally because I'm not trying to structure songs or anything anymore. I'm just letting it go through flow. Now, if I do write something, a lot of times it can go through flow, and maybe when you're done, you're like, oh, I moved this up here and that around here, but it's pretty much there. Don't want the human mind getting in the way. I want the human mind to help structure it after flows gave me the words. And that's the balance. Use the mind for exactly what it needs to, but let your heart do the things it needs to. The heart gives the words. The heart dictates the path. The mind just helps us to get to these places and stand and move around in the 3D world. Hey, check this out, Oyster. Hold on a second. You see this thing right here? This is my bass guitar. I started playing this thing 34 years ago. A friend of mine's whole family is into music. I started messing around with the rhythm guitar a little bit, and they didn't have anybody to play bass. So he says, there are a whole bunch of guitar players in the world, and it's really hard to, be known or whatever, blah, blah. He gave me a whole story. Playing a guitar, but not a lot of people like that with bass. He said, I want you to check out something. He said, the song. And I was like, yeah, I know that song. That's Roundabout, yes. Well, listen to it on these headphones. So we got out our big giant, like, it was the 80s, but looked like the big 70s model headphones, and put it on. And there is about three, and up to, I think, maybe 4 different bass lines inlaid into that song. And I had just smoked one, and I heard that, and I went, oh my God, that is the coolest instrument ever. And I've been playing bass guitar ever since. And it's the band, yes. That whole band is very, very talented. I mean, Jiminy Christmas. I can talk about each one of them in that band. Very talented. I even remember making a mixtape and sending it to some girl. And what did I use in there? I used one of the songs from Yes. I also did the Tommy Two-Tone song, 8675, but I changed it to my phone number. Sung it one of them little microphones you plug into the tape recorder. You hit the buttons, the clunky buttons, click, click. Yeah. Trying to remember what Yes song I used in there, but I can't remember right offhand. And of course, with that and the classic rock, then Rush, big time Rush fan. Then it went to everywhere else because it was the 80s. So, I discovered Cliff Burton from not the original bassist from Metallica, because it was something Govern, I think, and then went to him, then The Accident, Instead, and Beyond. But of course, Primus and all the other stuff that was going on at that time, really got into reading bass player magazines and learned the Bella Fleck and the Fleck tones, and that is just some trippy music. It's like jazzy, bluegrassy, experimental, whatever. And 2 guys playing the band that are brothers, Wooten, Victor Wooten. He's a really good bass guitarist and does some really trippy stuff. So it's neat because doing all that, I don't know if I can turn this thing on to where anybody can hear it. Let me see. Let's see if I can turn this thing on. It's kind of when you're trying a mic like this from a video player, it really makes it have this crazy underwater sound. So when it's trying to pick up the speakers, it really don't sound that great. But let's just see here. Oh yeah. I have to go into my Ableton Live here and change over the presets to the bass guitar. But the thing is because of all that different music, the way I actually pick my bass has gotten kind of hard trying to sit in front of this thing like that. Let's see here. It's gotten very experimental and different, See, I actually can use the back sides of these fingers, and I'll play with all these fingers to pick, when I'm playing the thing. It depends on the kind of music, too, and, how fast or the picking styles, but strumming type of stuff and picking. But this bass actually needs a setup really bad, and I don't have the money to buy new strings for it, so all that slap and pop stuff I don't really do on it because it sounds kind of terrible. But like I said, the regular picking and then doing like that, using the different fingers. But anyways, that is one of my bass guitars. I have a 4-string I got to put back together, but all these were black. I got a dill on them, and of course, to get a dill, you had to get what color they had. So the Vampire is getting a stain job. Actually, I can grab the body to that, so it's kind of neat. This is my 4-string. The 5-string over there is actually passive pickups, so it's just straight magnetic pickups. These ones run off of a battery. See that body shape? That's another one of the Warwicks, but it's not the German-made Warwicks. It's Chinese versions. But they still run the same pickups as the freaking $2,000 and the $5,000 ones. There's the MEC Golds. The bridge, on the other hand, is a little bit different. Had a strip out on this crazy 2-piece bridge. I have a bridge. If I could route this out, put a piece of wood in, flatten it back out, and put a flat bridge on it instead of one that's routed down into it, I have a bass bridge that's completely solid brass. And that thing has a crap load of sustain, and it just sounds really good. And I think it sounds great with these pickups, but I would literally have to route this whole section out right here. I've watched the guy do it, Texas Toast Guitars, and put a whole new piece of wood in there. But, I need machines because I have to run it through a planer and stuff and get it flat, because this got to be completely flat if I'm setting the bridge down on it, But anyways, I got to create more projects than I could count. Yeah, rest in peace, Chris Squire. Remember when that happened? It's like, oh, that kind of sucks. You know what's weird? When I was young, for years, I was like, pick. I ain't playing no bass to pick. Picks aren't for basses. And a lot of people say that. Of course, I got older. It doesn't really matter. But the funny thing is I think when it hit me was one day I was sitting there and it was like, I heard this thought in my mind. It's like, hey, you keep saying that stuff about people playing picks with basses, but what did Chris Squire use to play a bass? And I was like, pick? Yeah, John Entwistle every so often picks up what? And I'm like, pick? Like, oh. I still don't use them, but that's the thing. I've developed a way through playing thrash metal, death metal, really extreme heavy metal of using the back side of my finger. And I have enough meat on this back side. As you can see where my nail goes to, it actually doesn't get in danger of having any issues till it comes farther back there. So I'm not actually hitting so much with my nail and creating a thin sound. It's actually hitting with the meat of my finger. Because I've tried it on a regular guitar, and it literally gets hooked, them little guitar strings underneath that edge of my finger. And it's pling, pling. I was like, nah, I might have to get a pick to play this thing. Because I was going to try like finger picking, But I got really calloused over fingers, and they kind of do this little thing, Yeah, of course I follow Davey 504. That's another one that says that shit as far as the pick. That's what I mean, you know. A lot of us have said that stuff for years. Yeah, I haven't been watching all of this stuff here lately. But yeah, I followed him for a while, and then there was that guy when he started doing them things on Fiverr or whatever. Shoot, I can't remember what the guy's name is. English guy. He does some really cool stuff too, you know. Pretty much Davey is the reason that he actually started getting known more, and started watching his channel. Also, you know, he does some really crazy tuning things and all kind of stuff. I think he's got that one bass. He's got extenders on each string, which is kind of crazy because a lot of times you put them on I say top string because it's top to you, but it's actually bottom string, you know, your low string. And you flip it to get a drop tuning. But he's actually got one of those drop tuners on each one of the 4 strings, so he can do all kind of crazy, weird tunings. Daft Punk. Yeah, there's man, I got a song from them on one of my saved lists that I like. I like a lot of kind of music, you know, a lot of stuff. That's why, you know, like I could be sitting here 1 minute, you know, I could be singing along with stuff, sound totally operatic, sound like I'm trying to do rap at another moment, and it's all just from all the stuff that I've listened to, you know. And I really love the bass guitar for helping me with that because it brought me into funk and jazz. And the funny thing was, man, when I started playing bass, I was like, this was supposed to happen. There's a natural rhythm that goes through me, and then I get into all this metaphysics and stuff, and I'm like, everything is rhythm, everything is sound, everything is vibration and motion, you know. And they talk about 40 hertz gamma frequencies, you know, and it's fifth dimensional frequencies. I'm like, hey man, 40 hertz is E open on my bass, and when I tune it to 432 and I hit it, and it goes, somebody's smoking good weed. I smell it coming out my window. It's not my incense neither. Must be over there. I need to get to know my neighbors. Yeah, man, but it was just kind of funny to think about that, you know. It's like it was going to happen, I guess, eventually. I don't know, you know, I really like drums and stuff too, but I guess being bass guitarist, you would, you know. I don't know where they are. I'm moving. Oh, right here, bongos. But I'd actually like to have all that. Dude, I tell you what, when I talk to people who are musicians, the greatest thing is when somebody becomes my friend and they're like, yeah, man, I'm a drummer. I'm like, thank God I have a beat. Sure, you can play along with the guitar, but it's like, really need a drum to kind of, you know, get everything moving around in me. If not, then I have to start playing my bass percussive to give a drum sound because I'm missing one. I'm like, great, I got to do it myself. But you know what? You get an acoustic bass. The Warwick Aliens had this pretty cool thing on. It's like a little scratchy pad thing. I'm trying to think of this guy's name. I think it's like Dimitri or something. I don't know. But he does acoustic bass stuff all over the place, but it's here on YouTube. And man, it's really cool because, you know, he'd like the strumming thing, you know, and slapping on the body and stuff. So it's a lot of like percussive drumming sounds while playing acoustic bass. Not upright double bass, but actual acoustic bass like acoustic guitar. And it's really cool. I'd love to get me one of those. That'd be fun, man. Something you can take around a campfire or whatever, because, you know, electric bass with no electric, well, you're not hearing bass. Just really stick your ear to it, you know. But an acoustic, you can hear it. But that's the good thing about being in an apartment and having an electric bass, is I could hook it up, put on my headphones, no one would hear it. If I had an acoustic one, I'd probably get a lot of complaining. I don't know why, but, you know, not everybody likes it. Base is the spine. Hey, well, according to oh shoot, what's the name of that site? Base Players United. Everyone's following the base. Think about it. In a group, literally, even if the drums is playing one way, and you're playing a certain chord progression, scale progression, whatever, just by the bass player going, okay, I'm not going off the bass drum now. I'm going to go off the hi-hat, and I'm going to adjust the timing just a teeny bit while I'm playing. You could straight up be playing with people in terms, something. Well, I don't know how extreme, but let's just say you're going from jazz right into country. Now the bass line's coming out country. The guitarist has no choice but to follow what you just did. So you can literally change the whole entire feel of the song. I mean, not even the drummer can change the feel as far as in timing, but you can actually give it a genre just by playing bass. Like, oh, you guys are complaining that I'm playing too loud, are you? What country now? Oh yeah, you don't like country, do you? Don't. Well, we're playing it. Oh man. Random access memories. Yeah, man. You guys got anything cool for me to check out or whatever? If you put links in there, or just let me know who it is. Heck, I'm always looking for something cool to check out. Yeah, I might have to write some of this stuff down. It don't take as long for me as it does some people. So there's some people saying it's taking them a few days for their live feed to show up. It only takes mine about a day. So like after I cut this live feed, I won't be able to see what's been put here, links, anything, until tomorrow. Maybe late this evening, but usually it's by the next day. And I know a couple other people have said it's taken 2 or 3 days with them, which I thought it was at first with me, but my live feed from yesterday, and that was later in the day, afternoon, evening type of thing, it already showed up. I seen it this morning. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe not, because we're in a live feed. I know you can on the regular comments, but usually on live feed you got to be a moderator unless they changed it again. They're always changing, and it's not just a YouTube thing. All these sites are constantly changing. Like I've been using the newer Facebook for a few months now, and it just flashed a thing last night on me that said the classic Facebook is going away, which is fine because I already have the newer one. I've been using it because it gives me black screen. And I even went into my settings last night and got rid of all the white and blue stuff here that's like really bright and messing with my eyes and turned it like light gray and stuff, because I'm using a 50-inch TV as a computer monitor. So any bit of that bright white light stuff gets to my eyes at night, and I don't like to go into Windows and turn down the light because then it turns everything more reddish, and then the white where I'm trying to read stuff doesn't come up worth a crap. So I just do the black banners and gray banners and stuff in the background of my screens. So it works for me, man. Keeps my eyes from filling off. That blue light spectrum, they say that's not really good for us at night, kind of bugs our eyes. You can actually feel it. I was gonna say it's a possibility I could make you a moderator if you wanted. You come by every so often. That's all up to you. Just like my one friend, though, I would like to make it possible if people become moderators, though, to be able to at least get a hold of them and email, messenger, something. Um, just one of those things. Makes it easier to do stuff if you have a way of contacting somebody. But that's all up to the people. It's good to have a bunch of different moderators because not everybody's going to show up to these live feeds because sometimes I don't schedule them. I just don't. And that could be any time of the day. And I don't expect everybody to show up to these things. And even sometimes when I do schedule them, either you might not see it or it might not post the notifications. Why? I don't know. Just sometimes things happen. I ain't gonna worry about it. I mean, we've got weird cosmic stuff going on with the sun. They said that yesterday. I looked down at my phone earlier and watched it go. No signal, signal, no signal, signal. And I was like, yeah, just set it down. That means we're having it's just solar flare stuff going on. All's well, whatever. See, how long have I been on here? 46 minutes. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I should probably go in there and eat something more solid than granola. Man, I ate something else. Obviously, it wasn't a whole lot that I can't remember. I know I had granola, but I can't remember what the other thing was, which means that I should probably go in there and get something to eat. I just ate some boiled eggs I made last night. Something easy, got protein. Need to get more protein in me. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Much love to all, and yeah, Oyster. I'm gonna get. Like I said, I'm about to move, make some changes in life. But once I get to where I'm going, I'm gonna start recording music on there. Literally play my bass. I got some keyboards. Got that flute. I got I'm starting to collect different instruments. Plus, all the stuff that's within the computer, and make different kinds of music. Music we can jam to, music we can be uplifted to. I even thought of doing custom meditation music for people because I get to know people. And being that I get to know people, I can find out what kind of sounds, what kind of everything they want. Just custom make them their own meditation track, That would be really fun. Especially if I had half the equipment this ex-friend of mine now has. Man, he got some crazy stuff. Sampling stuff. And he can go right to YouTube, man, and pull Bob Ross, saying for Bob Ross, right off the video, take it back to this thing called the machine, slow it up, speed it down, chipmunk it, make it go like Max Headroom, just do all kind of crazy stuff. But, wow. The wild part was I asked him how much he paid for it. He's like, I don't know. You mean you don't know? You're paying payments on all this stuff. How do you not know? I would know all the way to the penny. Hey, hold on a second. Yeah, about being tired. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Yesterday was a hard day, man. It took me quite a bit to just get the energy to go through yesterday, but I found out to do it, I had to literally just stop, just slowly fade out into my higher self and let my higher self take over. And I was like, wow. Because it was like swimming through mud yesterday. I had another friend of mine that slept all day yesterday. Even this morning when I woke up, I felt completely rested, but I also felt like at the same time, I could have just laid there and listened to the Birds track I had playing in the background for quite some time. And I knew that's what it was. It was these energies, man. It's enough that we got a bunch of cosmic rays coming in, but that's part of what's going on with the sun, too. The magnetosphere is not as strong as it was. So we've got the solar winds coming through and, the cosmic rays. A lot of energy. And also we had that black moon thing, which was meaning we had one extra moon in the month. Black moon because it's a new moon. but it was a super moon. So it was a super moon, but we couldn't see it, because of the shadowing effect, being new moon and all. So you had that. You had the solar winds coming through that brought in the solar flares of today. On top of this, planets moving around, and I'm believing we're heading towards a whole other solar system with the binary sun. So there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Ain't no wonder people are like, ugh. That's cool. Right country music. Yeah, the thing is, what's funny is the CMEs that we've had lately are only B and C class. It's not like their X class. But with the magnetosphere being as weak as it is, they're getting in more. It used to be, yeah, you're going to get affected when an X class hits. But the magnetosphere was like let's say this is Earth, it was like huge. Right now it's just kind of it's letting in a lot more stuff. So yeah, even a B and C class is like, I'm in slow motion. Yeah, man. I don't quite like that. Sometimes my soul wants to do a million things and all kind of stuff. So when I get feeling like I'm moving around in mud or somebody in a spacesuit, I'm like, oh, hell no. But yeah. Yeah, share some of your music sometime if you want their Blue Bottle. You know where I'm at. You want to get a hold of me. Gave my address yesterday if you want to correspond, be pen pals, whatever. Somebody had come up with that idea on one of my live feeds one day. It's actually a pretty good idea until I went to buy stamps the other day and they're like, yeah, $11 for a book of stamps. I'm like, ooh. But I found out they had an option of just weigh the envelope and they'll stamp it for me and send it out, and that only cost me 85 cents. So that really helped because that gave me the money to buy the little things that I needed for my grounding mat thing I made. So, but anyways, peace and love to each and every one of you. Y'all have a beautiful day, evening, whatever it is, in your little part of our great, big, beautiful world. And remember, we are the conscious evolution. I love you. Peace be with you. Mickey Dog says, oh, and have a great day.